Mine stopped completely. I am not lying. Like you can't eat, you can't go out, have a nice meal by yourself because, oh, I'm too hungry.
Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. For those who are new here, my name is stellamuyoka and my platform is for ladies. Basically, women, our experiences we have as women, and through this sharing these experiences, we are able actually to understand ourselves better. And also, I believe in Kenya, as we are growing up, we tend to not get so many mentors of our life, so many aspects in our life that we need mentoring, but we don't get. And today I have someone we're going to sit down and evaluate the lives we've lived as in our 20s. Most of I think I'm almost turning, this is my last year in my 20s, so I'm really looking into my 20s, and today I have someone with you. We are going to evaluate her life and also some aspect of my life when you were 20s, and advice you'll love a 20-year-old to hear now. So if you're 20 years old or you also want to reevaluate your life in your 20s, karibu sana. So we're going to introduce, I'm going to let my new interviewee to introduce herself as we go on. So you're going to tell people who you are, what you do. Are you a mom? Or are you single?
So my name is Dorothy. I'm a mother of one son, and I work as a marketer in the sales and marketing of pharmaceuticals. Yeah. So
if we wanted to know who Dorothy is, we tend to go back to your life, your teen life, youth life. Oh, you're still in our youth actually. So we look at what made Dorothy like, where did you go to school? You know, we build the setup. People need to understand where you went to school, university, what course you did, and if you were to go back, will you still select the same course?
So,
where do you come from, by the way?
I grew up in Nairobi. I would say there isn't much to say about my childhood. It was basically just, I'd call it a normal, satisfying childhood. I was a very happy child. I was. That is one thing I do know from even my school experiences. So after I went to school in Nairobi all through primary school, high school, even in college. So my background is as an orthopedic technologist. I didn't choose to do that.
It came
my way. I actually wanted to go the accounting way, but my parents were not for it. So I was like, okay, not bad. I can still do what I want to do after I'm done with this. But I don't know. I think time happened. I still think about it. Actually, I think eventually I will go into it.
Accounting.
I'm so into finances, management, investment. I think along those lines. So it's something that I'm interested in. And I'm actually thinking about it. I think I will. I thought about it. I thought I should do this next year when I have time. But I just feel like my mind is blocked when it comes to going back to school. I don't mind the reading, the knowing, the understanding. The examination bit is where I'm having trouble with.
I think that...
Because I also don't like to redo things. I want to do it once and get that over it.
Yes, my kind of person. I think it's because you've stayed a long period of time without reading, and I'll tell you it's the hardest thing to do. Especially the sacrifices. You know, now you have to take care of a child, you have to go to work, you have to pay your bills, and at the same time you have to
go to school.
So it's something you just put your mind to. You just go register and you start. You can do it on a part-time basis. Pole pole too, and especially if you get a place where you have classmates, they're going to be the reason as to why you're going to be studying. Because at the end of the day, I believe we don't all like failures, so you're willing to want to fail.
There's no time even to fail.
There's no time to fail
and all this. Yes. There's no time.
You can go.
So that's why I feel like my mind is blocked. Yeah.
So you had mentioned that you know, the course you did was like a parental selection. And I think this is something that most people actually go through. And I think it's based on our parents' norm and beliefs that when you go, you know, the medical way, this is the way to go, you know. Did you feel like it had an effect on you, or it's just you accepted and moved on and decided to do it?
At a particular time, actually, okay, in our country currently, the job market is should we say saturated or non-existent?
Non-existent.
So the issue was they thought a medical background would be better, and like business, accounting, economics and all that, they felt like this was too crowded. There was no niche in the market for that. So they felt with a medical background, you'd be able to secure yourself a job or something. And besides, so I was young.
So any advice from your parent was, plus you're also dependent on them. So,
yes. So actually, even in school, I found people who were just like me, my friends. We were like,
why we?
So I was like, I wanted to drop out after first year and do my thing. Just take the money, go pay.
But we did something else.
But my friends were like, it's 3 years. Come on, we're still so young. Let's finish this thing and do something else, like what you want. So I also thought, 3 years is not so bad. I can actually finish this, maybe get a job and do my own thing. Yeah.
And years down the line.
And yes, actually, you will want to do something. Your parents will see that this is not it. This is not the way. Sometimes we tend to deviate. If you actually are very passionate about where you're going, you can follow your route. Yeah. But to some point, there's no need for conflict on things that you can actually work around eventually.
I think most of us we don't know most of the courses we did, because honestly, if I knew what I was doing, I wouldn't take the course that I did. But for me, I wanted to really do nursing, and unfortunately, in Kenya, you cannot do nursing part-time. It has to be full-time, and you need to pay your bills, so you can't go back. So I had told my parents I wanted to do nursing, and my grade at that time, during that time, I couldn't be able to do nursing because you had to do A's, plain A's, and I didn't get an A. So my parents told me, we can't take you. I was even requesting for a diploma, and I was told we can't take you to parallel. You're just going to take the course that the government gives you. You get, and they wanted me to be a teacher, but I knew teaching, and teaching in secondary and primary. I was saying I will do lecturing, but teaching in primary, and it wasn't for me. So I just went for something closer to the medical aspect, which was biotechnology. Yes, but I feel like also, as you mentioned, our careers are non-existent. It's not that we are saturated; it's non-existent, because how many scientists are in the market? What are scientists doing in the market? Most of us are doing sales and marketing. We are not practicing what we learned in school. Why? There's no scope for research. You go to a lab in Cambridge, it's empty. Most people, when they are interns, you cannot do internship in the whole of a life. And people who have tried to stay there in those research institutions are not even being absorbed. So you find that you can...
that only, even in the medical field for us, you would just stay in internship after graduation for a year.
You're not
for the next year, and was like, what is this? And what am I doing? I need to move out of my parents' house, have a life. You can't get stuck on that.
You can't.
It works for others, it does not work for others.
Yeah. That's the problem. That's now the problem. You have to evaluate your life. So tusharuka mpaka kari. Oh, as I had said, we are all about women, and I have to mention this before we keep on going and going and going. As a mom, I know you're a mom to a bigger child. Like, we would love to have given birth to a child that's existing as yours, but
you get there slowly.
Do you have any experiences that you have, like, through pregnancy, birth, and being a mom? You're a mom to a preteen, no?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you have any experience that you love you can share, or just advice you'd like to give a mom?
What I've been thinking of lately is I have loved my journey as a mother. I love my child. It has been a good experience. But I put my life on hold for so long.
Because you have to cater.
You have a life of your own. You're an individual. Before this motherhood thing, you were a person. You had your things that you love to do. You were this person before you became a mother. Once you become a mother, everything goes away. I'm just like, my child, I want to get to work, finish my job, get home, see my baby, do blah, 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 plan for their life. Like, yours stops. Mine stopped completely. I am not lying. Like, you can't eat, you can't go out, have a nice meal by yourself because, I'm mtoto wangu. And you have this thing of feeling guilty.
Yeah, I just all have mom guilt.
Someone should have told me, don't do that. Like, they will grow up eventually. I just feel like he's grown up.
They can survive without you.
He's going to leave me, and my life was just there. No, like, for real. I have thought about this, and I was like, what? If I see someone, I'll tell them, don't put your life on hold.
Don't.
Go to places, experience things, explore, meet new people every other day. Take yourself out alone.
That's very important, actually.
Don't just focus on being a mother. This is never going away. Now, like from now henceforth, it will never, to the day you die, it will never go away. So just incorporate your life around it.
I think we as mom, we stay in that phase where this is our baby. This is an infant. You're still looking at the child and just trying to bond with the child, and then we forget we exist. Being a new mom, I think I have that phase. I'm in that phase, but I've tried going out. And I think the other aspect is I don't have so many people to go out with, but I do take myself out sometimes, you know. Once in a while I do it, but most of the time I'm usually home. And another thing, we're supposed to stop seeing our kids as a burden or our dependent on us. Look at that is on us, you know. Yes, we're supposed to stop seeing our kids as that. And you can travel with the child.
Yeah, I do.
And enjoy traveling with the child, unless other than them being toddlers, they can be a mess, but
yeah,
you can find ways to enjoy traveling with your child. You can find ways to bond with the child. You can even go out with your child. You can go swimming, look for activities for your child. I think if you do that, you also go out more, because not everyone is going to live there. It's hard to leave your child like, hey, let me go out. You feel like you're enjoying life, and it's not.
Yeah, it's by passing the
mom guilt.
I know, that's what I said. Don't feel guilty. Don't. I have been there for so long.
Yeah.
I used to, in my younger years, I'd take myself out to the movie alone. I had so many friends, but I wouldn't tell anyone where I'm going because I just want to go do that by myself.
Yes.
Go for that ice cream by yourself. So when this baby comes along, you're just like, I can't do this. What is happening to my baby at this particular time?
Yeah,
like,
is he safe? Is he okay? I think
that's now I've picked it up. I do my own dates. I haven't gotten back to like just traveling, going places by myself, but I think eventually
with time
I will.
Yeah. So other than being a mom, like I feel like back in our 20s we had a very different aspect of relationship. It's usually said that we're not supposed to date until you're 25. Because at 25, we've now matured enough to make our own decisions as women. But of course, we dated through secondary, we tried dating, or was it friendship? And then we went to campus, we dated. So when you look at your relationships, like the relationships we've had, whether it's intimate or just platonic friendships and everything on that aspect, what would you have advised yourself differently? Like, what would you have done differently? What would you feel like someone else should do differently in those years?
I was too naive.
So you
like generally in life, I have a vast experience in so many things, different cultures, different places. But as a person, when it comes to my interactions with people, I think I'm naive because I'm too trusting.
Oh yeah.
If I get into something, I overdo it. Like I immerse myself
in it.
Yeah. You don't second guess me. If I'm in, I'm in. There is no in between for me.
Nice.
I'm still that person.
Yes.
Though I'm learning, people are mean. People
True.
are mean.
Very true.
People don't have your best interest at heart. They're not genuine. So I would reduce my expectation and my involvement with people.
Or you evaluate it in...
I just think I need a good eye. When you meet someone, when you interact with them, these things you will see. Actually, in the first few interactions with people, you can tell who this person is.
I think we always deny.
Try to see, no, there has to be more in this person than this. There isn't. Please, it's not there.
So there.
It is
people need to know more.
Yes. You don't need to be curious. You don't need to wonder.
It's never there.
If you just sit, 1, 2.
Red flag, you go.
Your intuition is right.
Always right.
It is right. Don't. If someone gives you this vibe that something is off, you're feeling like they're not an emotionally safe space, and you're still hanging around thinking, it's me, I need to see whether I'm overthinking, am I being judgmental? You're not. People are mean. People are only interested in themselves. Don't.
I think
don't overinvest yourself in people. Be nice, be kind, love people. And if you fall out or like if you no longer have the same things in common, it's okay to love them from far. It is very okay. It should not stress you out. This is growth. This is what life is like. Growing up, we were always told, actually, especially in primary school, we used to have teachers who used to say, let me tell you, these people, you might never see them again.
Oh my God, and it is so true.
And you thought it was a joke, like, I know where they live, I know their parents, I know all their siblings, like we do all these things together. My friend, It is so true. Or you will actually run into them, but they are completely different people. You have nothing in common.
Yeah.
And it is life. It goes on.
And it has to
Don't
move on.
stress. Don't stress on it. Don't stress on it at all. As long as you've been genuine, you've loved them, like with every bit of you, and you've been nothing but good. Move on, please.
And I think when you meet such kind of people, I usually say when you're interacting with someone and after the interaction, have you ever interacted with someone and after you're done interacting with them, you just feel like they have consumed like the energy from you. You're just tired.
I am actually in this phase where I just want positive energy. My friend, if you're draining me,
please.
I don't want it. I'm not being mean. I just want to be happy.
You want to be happy.
It takes a lot in this
happy.
life, actually, to just be in good energy every other time. And in my line of work, you need good vibes.
You need good vibes. It's
You
true.
need good vibes. So you'll be hanging around people who always think, you're just pretending you're happy, you're all these things, you know. Don't rub it on me. And if I keep telling you, please stop, I don't like this, and this is my vibe, and you keep bringing news along, hatutakosana.
People are usually projecting
Yes, I will just leave you
issues
to your
on
things.
Yeah.
If I cannot influence you to be positive, then I have no business being around you. You will influence me to become negative.
I say
don't want
that. I usually tell
I
people,
don't want that.
if I'm
you
your
can't
friend-
say I'm emotionally negative and you're positive and we still hang around.
No, it can't.
You
It
have to
doesn't
rub
work.
yours on me or I rub yours on
Yeah.
on you. We just have to merge at some point.
I think that is something people need to. I usually tell people, if I'm your friend and I have not even impacted any aspect of your, please leave me. I'm not a good friend to you.
You're not. It is so true. Like, what am I adding? We're not here to add anyway, but there's a way when I run into you, I make your day.
Yes.
To just brighten up, not make it worse. Like, why did I run into that person? And when is this the only thing they see on me? You know,
And
positive energy.
it's true.
I'm so much on positive energy, being kind, being empathetic. I have no business around people who are not that. And you have been telling me, no, they will bring bad energy to you. The world will just drain you. I am not letting it drain me.
You're just giving.
I will keep mine. If yours is negative, keep it. Mine is kindness. I am keeping it. I am empathetic. It will not kill me. I am not just walking around and assuming people and saying it's their business. It's not. If I'm around you, it's my business. I will not assume it.
It's true, but as much as you are empathetic, I think also one thing you're supposed to learn, you have learned, I think it's boundaries. Boundaries are key.
important.
And
Boundaries are
even you're
important.
supposed to know, like, I can give to this point, but beyond this, I can't.
Yeah. Of course, there's always a limit.
So that, because I feel like most of us grew up with so much love, so much trust, but why do we lack it nowadays? Because we gave it to the wrong person for so long until it's gone. We don't know how to rebuild. And rebuilding trust is the hardest thing.
It is very hard, but don't let them take it away from you. You are who you are.
You are who
Just
you
leave
are.
it to them. Don't, by the way.
But
you see,
before-
you focus so much on, I'm going to do this and this is going to be the outcome. Don't. Just do
You
you.
let it be. You
Yeah.
let the universe talk to you back.
Yes. Just do you.
Anyway, that is a very, very nice insight on relationships and friendships that we have. So we've talked about careers. Let's talk about family. We've not talked about careers actually. Like the job we are doing.
What do you have to talk about your job?
Like the job you are doing. Like nothing much per se. Like when I go back to when I go back to where I started, like I really fought coming into this job. I think I did lecturing. I did some lecturing somewhere. I taught even high school. We've been teaching them because my mom is a principal. So when you go home for long holidays, I think I've taught a school like twice, but I never liked the experience. And that was my confirmation that I don't like teaching. But see, I was doing all that. The money was it wasn't that bad, but I was doing all that so that I don't get myself into this career. I was really looking for a job into the research institutions. I have applied. I had attended the conferences where people were being picked for jobs and everything. Although that's what when I was in school, even in my fourth year, I was really excited to be a scientist. I was really excited, to take a DNA, cut it up, fix and do those things, But at the end of the day, I needed to pay bills. I needed some stability, so I had to come into this job. I think my sister is the one who introduced me to this kind of job. I didn't like sales and marketing, but I had done it before. So I usually say that if I was to go back, sometimes I look at my friends and I see that they were really strict on not doing something they don't like. Like they didn't want to do this and they didn't do it. It took them a while, a long while, but they eventually got to where they wanted to be. So sometimes I sit and I'm thinking like, maybe if I went back, I will just have, tried to